Can you have a company in Dubai without actually living here? That's probably the most common question I get. Peter, I just want to set up a company in Dubai, pay zero tax, and keep living in my country. Is that possible? At first glance, it sounds perfect. But the truth is 90% of people who try this end up losing money, losing their company status, and even damaging their reputation. Watch this video until the end, and I'll explain when it's actually possible, what risks you're taking, and how to do it properly so you don't fall into tax or banking traps. Today, thousands of entrepreneurs are opening companies in Dubai. Some generally move here, get their residency, and build a real business. But others think, why should I move? I'll just register the company and keep running everything remotely. And that's where the biggest misconception begins. Yes, you can technically register a company online, get your trade license, even try to open a bank account. But if you're not physically based in the UAE, if you don't hold a UAE residence visa, and if you keep managing your business from abroad, then the tax authorities, you're still a tax resident of your home country. So what does that mean in practice? You'll still be taxed, just under a different flag. Many people think, I have a company in Dubai, that means I pay 0% tax. But here's the catch. For most countries, the place of registration doesn't really matter. What matters is where you actually run and manage your business. Now, where are the decisions made? Where are the directors based? Where do you live when signing contracts or managing clients? Where does the money come in? If the tax authority sees that you live abroad and run your company from there, they could end up treating your UAE company as a company that is a tax resident in that country. And then your 0% turns into 25, 30, or even 40% tax. The same goes for banking. If you don't have a UAE residency, you may struggle to open the bank account for months. And then banks will start asking questions. Who's the real owner? Where do you live? And when you apply for your personal account, you'll be asked for your personal tax identification number. And you'll have no choice but to put your home country, exposing you to automatic exchange of information. If you get a UAE visa and a residency, that isn't the case. And more often than not, we see accounts having problems because clients are Dubai based on paper, but live and operate from Europe and don't come to visit the UAE. Now, let me give you a real example. A client from the UK came to us last year. He had set up in a Dubai free zone, but never actually relocated. He was still living full-time in London. He thought he was being smart. Declared the Dubai company in his UK self-assessment just to keep things transparent, which is the right way. A few months later, HMRC requested his UAE bank statements. They wanted to verify the declared foreign income. At first, he didn't think much of it. He assumed he was safe because, well, his company's registered in Dubai. But when HMRC reviewed the statements, they saw that 95% of the payments were coming from UK-based clients. All management, emails, and logins were traced back to a UK IP address. And even the board meetings were booked in London hotels and signed off from there. That was enough evidence to show that central management and control of the company happened in the UK, and then HMRC reclassified the Dubai company as a UK tax resident entity, issued a full tax assessment and a late payment penalty and interest. In total, he paid over £95,000 in back taxes and fines, and that's before the stress, the accountants, and the legal fees. The irony, he could have avoided the entire thing just by exiting UK residency properly and building real substance in the UAE from the start. So, can you actually have a company in Dubai without living here? The short answer is yes, but only under specific conditions. First, if you're not a tax resident of another country that isn't tax neutral, for example, if you already exited from a high tax jurisdiction and now live in a neutral country, then your Dubai company can truly operate without you living here full time. Second, if you have real management presence in the UAE, that means local directors, a genuine office, and substance that proves your company is actually managed from here. Third, if the company is not for your personal income and expenses only, but as a holding structure and SPV or for investment purposes, then the tax risks are minimal. But if you still live in your home country and manage everything remotely, you might end up being considered tax resident in both jurisdictions and your company as well. That's not just about double taxation, it's also about double control. Automatic information exchange and compliance reviews under the CRS are no joke. You can get your bank account suspended if the records don't match. In simple terms, you'll be on the radar of both your home country's tax office and the UAE. That's exactly why at GCG Structuring, we help entrepreneurs build legal, compliant international structures. We help you choose the right setup, plan your tax residency, open bank accounts and make sure everything is done properly from day one. If you're thinking about setting up a company in Dubai, don't do it blindly. Book a consultation for the link below or visit gcg-structuring.com. A single right decision here can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars and protect your assets. The United Arab Emirates isn't a shortcut to zero tax. It's a jurisdiction governed by transparency and substance-based rules. Today, you need real substance. In the UAE, this means a valid license for the relevant activity, a real bank account held by a company in the UAE, a bona fide physical office or flexi-desk, and full-time employees and engaged in the business. And your core income generating activities must occur in the UAE with the company managed and directed locally. Board minutes and decisions made here. Here's the key point. If you maintain residency and control in your home country, declare the UAE company to your home tax authority, and your story doesn't align when cross-border data is compared, you'll be exposed. The UAE fully participates in the common reporting standard. Banks report account holder data. The information is exchanged globally. So, your best play isn't simply setting up in Dubai and staying at home. It's to exit your home country, tax residency properly first, then build your UAE structure on a foundation of substance, not fiction. You can own and operate a company in the UAE while remaining a tax resident in your home country. However, if you remain resident, you must build real substance in the UAE to support the structure and reduce your tax risk. If you don't, you risk your home tax authority treating your UAE company as controlled from abroad. UAE regulators or banks questioning your legitimacy, and extra compliance burden or penalties. Here's what to do. Activate the structure in the UAE from day one. Open the bank account, obtain the license, register the office, and appoint local resources if needed. Ensure decisions, board meetings, and contract execution happen here. Maintain clear documentation of where your management and control occur, where contracts are signed, and where business activity takes place. Review your home country tax position regularly. Know your obligations and how your UAE structure interacts with them, and monitor annually. Substance must persist, not just exist for a year. We have many clients who spend more than half of the year in the UAE and enjoy the rest around the world because we build structures that they can be as tax efficient as possible, work comfortably with the banks, and stay secure and compliant. The only difference is that they did it the right way from the start. If you want to understand whether this strategy can work for you, click the link below and book a consultation. We help you design a structure that's legal, secure, and tax efficient. My name is Peter Ivantsov, Managing Partner at GCG Structuring. Subscribe to the channel here. We talk about business, taxes, and international structuring without myths. And remember, a proper structure isn't just a license, it's the foundation of your financial security.